Hey everyone, we're gonna be doing some math one. We're doing graphing system of inequalities. I'll explain what that means in just a second. But first, we're gonna do some magic tricks. See this? We're gonna do some magic. Okay, you ready? See this red pen right here? And I'm focus all my power and bam! Oh, purple pen. Whoa. Watch this. Okay, focusing. All my power and bam! Oh, blue pen. Whoa. Okay, focusing all my power. Focusing. Bam! Oh! Whoa, I was expecting a stapler. Oh, my breath needs something fresh and minty. Fresh and minty. Let me think of something. Focus on my power. Bam! Oh! Tic Tacs. Yum. Yummy. One more. What do we need to do? Focus on my power. Focus on my power. Oh, ruler! Whoa! Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I did absolutely no trick photography. This is all magic. All magic. Woo! Yeah. Okay, let's go and do some math. Get out your paper, your pencil, graph paper, pencil, straight edge. All right, let's do this thing. Okay, again, you do not have to watch my videos to understand the system of inequalities. You can go ahead and look anything up on YouTube. You can read my chicken scratch there. It's system of inequality. Just look up any instructor on YouTube can show you how to solve the system of inequalities. But let me show you kind of what this means, right? Basically, you have a system of equations, right, where the 2 points intersect. So system of equations, real quick, just review. And we'll probably get into this tomorrow. You have a line here, and let's say you have another line here. Okay, you have the system of equations where the two lines intersect. You don't have to write this down. This is just for you to see. So where the two lines intersect, we call that the system of equations, right? Where they intersect. And so this point right there is the system of equations. We call that point 1, comma 1. That's my solution. That point where they intersect is 1, comma 1. But if we're talking about the system of inequalities, what that is, if we talk about it really quick, it's where two inequalities intersect, right? So like for example here, and we'll, again, you don't write this down, just gives you an idea. I have an x-axis and a y-axis. So the system of inequalities would be something that looks like this. Say you have an inequality that looks like this, and you're going to have, say you're shading above the line, right? And then you have an inequality that goes this way, and say you're shading below this line. You guys see that? Now, wherever you see the blue and the purple, right? So my system of inequalities is not here. See, I have if I was to look at this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections here. This section right here on the top, let's call this section 1. Let's call this section 2, this section 3, and this section 4. Section 1, you can say I only have blue shaded for my blue. Section 4, I have no shading. Section 3, I have only purple shading. But in section 2, I have both purple and blue shading. And this would be my solution. It's this right here, this shaded area where you have both, it's all of this. This has to be a picture where you have purple and blue. So the system of inequalities, I'm going to shade it really good here, is this section right here, okay, of the two lines. Now, you're going to be asked to graph that, and we're going to go ahead and do a couple problems like that. But that's the general idea of what we're going to be doing, is solving that right there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, your problem is going to look like this. Now, I'm not writing out, but here's your instructions. You have to graph the system of inequalities of this equation and this equation, okay? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to graph the blue, then we'll graph the purple, and where we have the shading of both of them, then we'll have our answer there. So let's go ahead and graph the blue, okay? Y is less than 2/3 x minus 1. So my y-intercept equals 0, -1. My slope is 2/3, right? So at 0, -1, that means I go -1, and then 2/3. I go up 1, 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. And you know, you only need 2 points to make a line, but I like to do more than 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I like to do at least 4. Okay. You only need 2 to make that line. Now you take your straight edge, and we're going to graph those points. Now notice here that it's not underlined, so it's going to be dashed. It's not equal to. Okay. Now there's my line. And y is greater than. Remember, y goes up, y goes down. If y is greater than, that means I will shade up. So here's my line. I'm going to shade above the line like that. Okay? That's y is greater than, okay? Now, let's graph the purple. Y is less than -1/2 x plus 2. So that means my y-intercept equals 0, +2, and my slope is -1/2. Remember, it's going to be going down. So 0, 2. My y-intercept means I go 1, 2. Hopefully you can see my grids there, but I go up 2 on my grids. And then slope is -1 over 2, so I go down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Remember, it's my purple. And then notice that my line is solid. So I got a solid line. Connect the points. And then we go ahead and shade. Okay, y is less than. Remember, y goes up and down. If y is less than, that means I will shade down. So I'll shade here. And if we look at this carefully, hopefully you can see, the answer is where you have both purple and blue. So if you look here, this section is just purple, this section is nothing, this section is blue, but at this section right here, it's purple and blue, and I will highlight it. It's up to this line right here, up to that line, and it is all of this section here. That's where you have both the purple and the blue. And that'll be the solution to my system of inequalities. That's it. That's all you have to do. It's just shading both inequalities, okay? So let's go and do another one. Okay, here we go. Here are 2 inequalities I'd like you to graph. Go ahead and pause and try to graph those on your own. This one may look a little tricky, but it's not so bad. Okay, now that you've graphed it, see if you have the same answer as me. So y equals 1/3 x minus 4. So that means, well, should I put the y-intercept? Put over here, y-intercept is 0, -4. Can you see that over there? And the slope is 1/3. That means I rise 1 and I run 3. So -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, -4 right there. And then I rise 1, write my slope. I go up 1 and over 3. 1, 2, 3. I go up 1 over 1, 2, 3. I go up 1 over 1, 2, 3. I can go backwards, down 1 over 1, 2, 3. How many points do you need to make a line? Just 2, just 2. But I like doing more than 2 with my little dots. Okay, do I got a solid or a dashed line there, homies? What do I want? Yes, solid line. So I'm going to go ahead and connect them. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. And we are going to shade. Tell me, am I going to shade above or below? Y is less than. Shade below. We've been doing lots of these. Hopefully you've been practicing and you got this. You know what I mean? Shade below. Now, look at this right here. You might be saying, Sensei, I don't know how to graph that. There's no slope or y-intercept. Well, yes, there is. Let's rewrite this, because any number, if there's no number in front of x, we can put a 1 there. Y is greater than 1, 1x, and what am I adding to that? 0. Okay, right, there's nothing there. So now, look, my slope, my y-intercept is 0, 0. And my slope, right, because it's 0, got the 0 there. There is the -4, here it's 0. Slope is 1, or 1 over 1. Okay, so basically 0 over 0 is here, and then 1 over 1. 1 over 1, uh-oh. This is going to be a little interesting picture here. Okay, I just want to make sure it's going to be a little tight, tiny little thing there. Okay. So then we go ahead and shade. What do I got? I got a dashed line. So anyway, my slope was rise 1, run 1, right? Up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1. And I went in this direction here, so we can see in this direction. I wanted to make sure I got the intersection of the lines. That's why I went way down there. So you got to graph to where they intersect. And then we got, it's not equal to, so we do a dashed line. Okay, and then where am I going to shade? Y is greater than x. Remember, y is greater than, we shade up. Okay. Now that I have that, do I have a place where you see both red and blue? Okay. We'll go ahead and highlight that where we see red and blue. But here, under here it's all blue. Here it's all clear. Here it's all red. Just this one section in between where these lines split right there, it is red and blue. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe I can extend my blue more. Maybe it'll be easier for you to see. And so you can see this little triangle right here, like the blue would be going here. And we'd also have the red goes above the red. And you can see this little section, this little sliver right here. I'm going to highlight it in black. Right there is where my red and blue is. Right there. Okay? And that's the solution. That's the system to my inequalities. That's the solution to the system of my inequalities. That's how you graph that. Let's do one more, then we'll be done. But before we keep going, let's go ahead and take a break. Yeah, and hey, I just want to let you guys know, guess what me and my family finally saw The Rise of Skywalker last night. So I don't think I'll give any spoilers today. I think I'll give a spoiler some other time and talk about it. But in the honor of Star Wars, since I saw the movie, I just wanted to ask you guys a hypothetical question. Do you guys know that a lightsaber can cut through anything except for another lightsaber? Yeah, it can cut through anything. I think you might remember on episode 1 when Qui-Gon Jinn was maybe trying to cut through that door and the door started melting. It can cut through anything. So I have a question. If a Jedi or a Sith or whoever owns a lightsaber or someone finds a lightsaber, they are playing around with it, but then they drop it onto the ground, will the lightsaber go all the way through to the center of the earth? If it can cut through anything, will it just fall all the way through the dirt and just go into the lava and everything like that? Will it blow up a planet? I don't know, I just was wondering that. If you can cut through anything, if you drop it, right? What's going to stop it from blowing up a planet? Then I guess if it would go into the planet, I guess you have a molten core. Maybe it would probably just destroy the lightsaber once it gets to the too hot part. I don't know. You got to be careful with those things. Those lights, if you touch it, it'll probably cut your finger off. You know, it's like sharper than a knife. So anyway, let's get back to work. Okay, last one. I want you to try to do this one on your own. Go ahead and pause it and try to solve the system of inequalities here. Okay, now that you've paused it, I'm going to go ahead and graph it. Here we go. Y-intercept of 3. I'm not going to write it down. You should know how to do it at this point. 1, 2, 3, up 3. Slope is down 2 over 5. Negative 2 over 5. That means I go down 2, 1, 2, and over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 2 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 2 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I got a dashed line there. I'm going to go, let's go. Can go the opposite direction. Up 2 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to make sure my lines actually intersect here. So here we go. We go dashed. Got a dashed line. And y is greater than. That means I'm going to shade above. Okay. Very good. Now let's do the red. I got a y-intercept of negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And up 1 over 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2. Lost track. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. And then let's do more. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Okay. Dashed line. So I got a dashed line. Okay, it goes all the way here, all the way there. And less than means, and y is less than, shade below. Shade below. Okay, and where do you see purple and red? Right? I have red only in this section. I have nothing in this section. I have purple in this section, but right here I got my purple and red. Take a look at it. I'm going to shade it in black. And there's my system of inequalities, is that section right there. That's my answer. Okay, so when you take your test, make sure that you make it clear for your teacher, for them to see that that is indeed the answer right there. Okay, so go ahead and, practice those. We did about 3 of them. And, go ahead. That's all you have to do. Right now, yeah. That's it. Be ready for the test. You'll have a test on this soon. All right. That's it. We're pretty much done. So we did graphing inequalities. So what else we did? We did some magic, right? We did talked about Star Wars. And graphed the system of inequalities, right? So, we can just do a little dancing. We always like to dance when we end these things. Sweetie. We got Sweetie here. Anyway, that's it. Rock and roll. Study that test. All you have to do is just graph those things. It's not that big a deal. Easy. Easy. Well, maybe it's not easy. Maybe it's hard. But just practice it. You'll get better and better. The more you do, the better you'll get. Better, bigger, faster, stronger. This is Sensei, signing off. Have a good one.